Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are well and thank you so much for your love and your support. I recently came across this video on Instagram. Let's take a look at it.
Hello everyone, so my name is Ovi Daniels and I'm Ajo's brother. I don't know if you've seen the video or you've seen any chance post or some other people have posted where there's this story about Ajo that people are looking for because she joined a group. I'm doing this video because I just want to add some context to it and also to say some things because I believe that we can learn from it. So Ajo joined this group as there was a prayer prophetic group like that, but it started with this lady Joyce Solomon. She would always post prophecies on her Instagram story, I believe, and Ajo will be excited about those prophecies. She'll say this, she'll say that, she will mention Ajo's name, and other people just general prophecy. I'm sure some people saw it and people were excited about it. So one of the things I want to say to people that don't be too excited about stuff like that. Now, of course, I believe in prophecies and I know that God can speak to you through different means, and prophecies are real and the rest, but a lot of people use it as a means to lure people. The Bible talks about fake prophets, so you will always expect it. So what I mean, don't be too excited about it. Test all spirit, as the Bible says, test all spirit. So I remember then Angel will be excited that somebody's calling her name and everything. And you know the way we all feel in church when a pastor calls your name, you're excited, like, finally it's your day and the rest. I know that feeling and the rest. So she joined them. There was this, they call it Nebaut Academy, where you pay some dollars, whether $300 something and the rest, for like maybe 6 weeks or thereabout. And she started it. And I remember I was in the house at that time. She would join them. And I noticed there was this secrecy thing about them. So Ajo can be in a Zoom meeting, having the meeting, while Joyce Solomon and the others will be in the Zoom and the rest. And you pass. She will like cover her system or cover the phone more like you can't see. So I noticed all this. And I used to like, why are you guys guarding this thing like as if you can't tell? I remember then I was like, okay, who's the Joyce Solomon that you said is the convener and the rest? She would say things like she's a prophet in the Bible. They were always living in isolation. They are like, come on, it doesn't make any sense. And one of the things I would say to people, know God for yourself, because when you know God for yourself, people cannot just bamboozle you anyhow. People cannot just tell you things. When I heard that, I was like, come on, prophets in the Bible that what? No. We have different prophets in the Bible. Some of them decided to live in isolation, but some of them were pronounced and the rest. But anyway, those were her tactics. I noticed that she was doing it in secrecy because I know that she knew that a day like this will come when the whole thing will burst, so people will not be able to find out. But anyway, she was attending. I remember at the time she even tried to lure my wife and I for us to join her and the rest. I think there was this general on the deal. We joined, but I just felt something was off about these people and the rest, with all their tattoos and piercings everywhere and stuff like that. I just felt no, there's something off about this. But she continued. At that point, she joined genuinely because she wanted to know God. She felt like these people were giving her much more than what she had heard from where she was and everything and the rest. But I began to feel that something was off. After a while, she stopped attending the church she was attending, which was Koza. And of course, the people told her she stopped going to Koza. I think she said they told her to go to Apostle Selman's place. But after a while, she wasn't going anywhere. Apostle Selman's Koza, she wasn't going. She was not dedicating her time to this group. And they were having meetings and the rest. She joined the Nebaut training and the rest. At that point, we just felt that there was something off about this, but we didn't do anything. Later, she said that she was closing her business, and if you knew her business, she was doing well. She makes clothes. She made clothes for a lot of prominent people, and the rest. She was really making good money. And she said she was going to shut down the business. I remember trying to discourage her that you don't have to shut down this business. If you're tired, if the business has been stressing you, there are better ways than the rest. Like joke, she sold the whole thing, closed it down, and she was at home doing nothing. 1 month, 2 months, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're worried. We're like, come on, something is up. And then when our rent was due, she couldn't renew the rent, and she said she was going to move out of the place. And we're like, do you really have to move out? Okay, we can find a way around it. We could pay the rent for you and everything. But at that point, she started shutting us out of it. So I was in Abuja. I was at my own place. But I noticed that she didn't even tell us when she moved out. I was like, come on, I'll come and help you move your things or even help you sell your things. But she just told us that she had moved out, she's staying with a friend. She would sort herself that she's trying to have time with God. God will tell her what to do next. And I'm like, come on, there's something off here. You're saying God is telling you to close down your business. Now you can't pay your rent. And now you're waiting for God to tell you the next thing to do. I said, truly, God made some move like that in the Bible. God told Abraham, bring your son, everything. But there was a purpose in everything. And I said that even if it is, the Bible says, you must be busy doing something. But at that point, she wasn't listening again because those guys were already speaking, influencing her and the rest. So that's how she cut off. But then I noticed that she hardly would pick call. She would not come when family were gathering together to do something or and everything. And one particular day, I can't remember how we just suspected that. I wish sure that Adrian really moved out of that house and she's no more staying there. So one of my older sister and I, we went to that place in Abuja where she was staying in Jai, and we went to the house, and lo and behold, we found somebody else staying in the house. There was this guy called Tai, and I'm going to mention names because I want these people to come and speak out also, state their involvement, or tell the whole world I was part of them. Maybe I was deceived, I'm no more there, because I feel that some of these people, they hold some clues to us finding out who Adrian and some of these people. So this guy they called Tai, I've forgotten his son, maybe I put his picture on this video, and we met him with his wife and I think one of a child or something living in the house. So at that point I was like, okay. And amazingly, Adrian's things were still intact. I'm talking about every single thing, our TV, our chairs, every single thing. We didn't go into the bedroom to know if anything, but everything, like as if she was still living in the house. So I said, okay, we're looking for Adrian. Who are you and the rest? And I introduced ourselves, we're Adrian's sibling. And you guys said they're friends, they're members of that group, that Abba's Heart Ministry, and that do the Nebaut Academy. I'm like, okay, so how come you're here? And the guy said that he came to Abuja to do something, and he needed a place to stay. And Adrian said she had a place to stay, and the guy could come stay there. He didn't add the like, I don't understand. Adrian told us that she had moved out of the house. She's going to stay with a friend somewhere else. She didn't tell us. How come you're the one staying here? And at that time, Adrian was not picking our calls and everything. So at that point, I told the guys, I said, since you are communicating with Adrian, let Adrian know that we're looking for her, we're concerned, we're worried, what's going on. At that time, we didn't even know that things were really as bad as it's obvious today. And so the guy said he was going to reach out to Adrian and everything. So we left. After a while, the guy said he spoke to Adrian. Adrian was like angry, why did we get involved in our business, blah 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 and everything. And later we also noticed that the guy stopped picking our call. Just noticed that the guy just didn't want to pick call again and the rest. So I remember speaking to the caretaker about it and everything, and the caretaker was like, truly, she was even wondering that Adrian told her that this guy was her brother, that's thinking that I was the one. I said, no. How many brothers does Adrian have? We're only two. I'm the one here in Nigeria, the other one is not in the country, so who else and everything. So the lady said the caretaker said she even suspected that something was fishy, so she put pressure on the guy that that she want to see Adrian, and that she didn't rent the house to the guy and everything. But cut long story short, the guy later moved out of the house, and that was how we couldn't reach the guy again. He wasn't picking his call, we couldn't find Adrian and all the stuff. We began to ask questions, then we began to look. So we went to the website, so we began to search for them online. At that point we noticed that they had gone offline on Instagram, they had evicted their pages and everything, but at that time their website was still active. So we went to the website, I think it was www.Abba's Heart Ministry or something like that. So we went there and we saw 3 videos of people that were sharing their experiences of how they did the academy and how their life changed and the rest. Put her name on the screen, but she owns this business called Newban whatever, but I'm going to put Instagram handles and everything so people can also reach out to her.
My name is Stella, also known as Solutionary Stella of Nebayat alumni, October 2023 cohort.
Now I reached out to her, sent her a TM, and I saw your video on the website that you're part of these people. We can't reach you, what's going on, everything. I noticed that she did not respond to the chat. She did not even acknowledge it. I knew that something was up. My other sister even called her business, since she runs a spa in Lagos and Abuja, also called the business that she wanted to see their boss and the rest, and they were okay. We're going to so at the point where they were like, okay, the boss wasn't available. When the boss was not available, okay, we want to talk to the boss. The moment they told the boss, and the boss asked this lady, this Newban care lady or Newban beauty lady, and she found out that it was somebody related to Adrian, about Adrian, she immediately declined to talk. So we felt that something was fishy here. The only guy that spoke, he said that he was no more part of the group, and he had told them to take down this video, that he noticed that they were scammed, they were just everything that we found out today, that they are demonic, they're everything, that he had warned them to take down this video, that he to join them, wanting to know God and everything, but later found out that there was they were into a lot of things. And so the guy was even trying to help us and the rest, but he was no more part of the group. So, and once you leave the group, they will disconnect you because they know that you can go tell and everything. I'm going to try and stop this video now because of time. I don't want to make it too long. Maybe I'll do another video, but let me see how far I can go. So anyway, so that Newborn lady, I want people to really ask her, try to do that close to her and everything. and ask her, you were part of this group, what's up? Are you still part of the group? Do you know Ejiro and everything? Because I believe that she has some information that can help us find Ejiro and also find this person that is part of this Joy Solomon of a lady. But anyway, to cut the long story short, one particular day I just received a call from a strange number, and lo and behold, it was Ejiro. We're like, oh, thank God, we've been looking for her. This was like maybe I think about 2 months or thereabout ago, or 3 months ago. And she just like, Ovi, where are you? And I said I was at the office and the rest. And she came with 2 other ladies. I'm going to put a clip of the video here. And she came with 2 other ladies, and they just bashed into the office. And Ejiro just asked myself and one of my other sisters were in the office together, and Ejiro just came. Why are people looking for me? Why are people looking for me? Why are people going to spoil my name? Why are people telling? Came with this angry fight. I'm like, Ejiro, calm down. We are bothered about you. We are concerned, and we've heard some information about this group, and we're not comfortable and everything. And she started making noise. And notice that the 2 ladies that came with her and one other guy, there were 3. Immediately they entered the office, they all held their phone. They were recording. I was like, okay, what's going on? You can't come into our office and you're recording. Please, can you stop the record? And they were like, no, they're not going to stop that. The moment we took this matter online, it became their business and everything. More like speaking for her. At a point, like, okay, please, can you leave us? Want to talk to our sister? You would have heard the clip of my other sister saying you want to talk to our sister. They were saying they're not going to leave. At the point, I just got angry. I said, leave this office now. That I'm going to call security to throw you out. They were still adamant, and the rest. Security came, was even trying to tell her they were not willing to leave. Immediately, it got violent. I pulled, did everything, pulled them out of. So at the point, I just felt, wait, so if these people leave, Ejiro is going to follow them, because Ejiro kept defending them and the rest. We now told security to lock the compound, that they are not even leaving. Let's go to the station. Since we are looking for our sister and we're looking for these people and the rest, that was how we locked the place. We insisted that we're all going to the station. At that point, they were trying to leave. We told them they couldn't leave. Ejiro was trying to leave also. But at that point, she was really fighting, insulting us, almost became violent, like as if we should leave her, that we have not been part of our life. You know, when somebody had been hypnotized and talking rubbish and the rest. And to cut long story short, we told someone to help us get some police officers. They came from Maitama police station, and I'm going to call the DPO of Maitama, and I hope he sees this video. Told her that there's something fishy about this whole thing, and tried to make him see, but I don't know what happened, and I can't tell whether money exchangers or whatever, but I just noticed that this DPO was just hostile towards us. We're just like, we were the ones that were at fault. That why did we throw them out of the office? That from the video that they showed him, that were violent, that we almost injured the ladies and everything. And like, these people came barging in. They didn't want to listen. They're like, does this Ejiro look like she's held under captivity and everything? That we should all get out of the office. I'm talking about this whole thing happened for like hours, almost 6 hours, from the office to the first station to the second file. Like 3 different police stations we went to that day, and this happened maybe like 6-7 p.m. We were still at the police station, and the DPO said we should all get out of his office and everything without even taking statement. And we're even telling him that, see, if Ejiro leaves, we're not going to see her again and everything. That these people look, that go and investigate, because I've been hearing stories of different people that they've been doing the same thing too. Anyway, that's how the police dismissed all of us, and Ejiro left with them. Later, we told somebody to trace them, to just drive behind them and see, and we later found out they went to the airport that night about 8 p.m. I don't know how they even got a flight out of Lagos. And from our own investigation, found out they went to Lagos, Ikorodu, and staying somewhere that we don't know. But I'm saying this to say to everyone that the more we talk about this, you realize that a lot of people have had issues with the same people, and the more we talk about it, the more we bring different information, the more we'll be able to investigate. And I pray that the right authorities will take this up and do something. But I know that some people know this lady, or even the other ladies. There's a Fumi Obembe, one of the ladies that came to the office that day. There's one, I'm going to put their video so people can see them. And the particular guy, and I'm also calling out the Tai guy, they call him Bishop Tai also. He said he's no more part of them, that he too was deceived. So okay, come out, say I was part of this group, but I'm no more part of it, and tell us what you know and the rest. But the point I'm making this video is that people, please don't be easily deceived. I know that Christianity has to do with faith and we trust a lot, but know God for yourself. I remember telling Ejiro all this, that it was so clear that these people, they were not genuine and the rest. They will give a prophecy. And anyway, that's not just